Matilda is terrifying. Boris was here. There go the bats are flying. Bloody nipples. Then we have the Ghost Trap Blondie. If you're a Back to the Future fan, it says Save the Clock Tower. Dead Coconut Club. Okay guys, we are back at Universal Studios Florida. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2024 update. The scare zones are done, but the tribute store has now been officially opened. It's annual pass holder preview now, but when you guys are watching it, it'll be open to the public. So we're gonna be going over all the Easter eggs, all the new merchandise, all the little hidden secrets, the backstory about what's gonna be happening. On that note, it's time to talk about the HHN shirt of the day. Halloween Horror Nights 2003, right? The year of the director. So we have this classic shirt, then the hat, Halloween Horror Nights 13, then you have, you know, Islands of Adventure right there. So on that note, let's roll the commercial. Okay, welcome back. Let's head in. Let's go find our Easter eggs. Here we go. Let's head in. They got the medallion. Halloween Horror Nights sign is illuminated right now. They forgot to turn it off. Now tomorrow night we'll be going for, you know, that little Scream preview ticketed event. There it is. There's the HHN tribute store. Now, you're probably wondering why it doesn't really blend very well with the scare zones, because the original scare zone got changed. All right, Tyler, word of the day. How about why you think everybody was talking about your calves? Tell us your calf workout.
So we will go with exercise. That would be the name. It's not that I do exercise, I just think that's what we should talk about. The calf workout is basically carrying around 30 pounds worth of equipment and walking around the theme parks all the time.
So outside they're gonna have the storage container. It's gonna say the tribute store. All right, we're going in. So we're heading in right now. Tribute construction. All right, Phil, where are we right now?
We're in the HHN tribute store.
What is that?
What is that? It's a seasonal store that you guys get to see every single year that our team designs and builds for y'all.
We get a better look at Matilda. Warning, see this monster, run. Cautious of the skies. Remain indoors if possible. This bat is not a friend. Artist rendering. Caution, safety glasses and hearing protection required. If you look, there's a little bit of blood. I don't think this construction worker made it back. We have a little locker right here and they're showing off some of the merchandise inside the locker. We got a hard hat. We got the blueprints over here. So we're gonna have the blueprints for Sahara Traders, right? This is where they've been hiding all those little notes in the Museum of Antiquities. It says no bats. Back here it says not this, safe, bats. This says wrong way. If you can read this, go that way, okay? Then they said eek, a bat, not safe-ish. And then right here, we have like some warnings, right? So we haven't seen this one before. Special bulletin, wanted, large bat creature. Local information, they've crossed it out, so it says the bat is watching. And then this was gonna be the poster for the Museum of Antiquities for their new exhibit, but the idol got stolen and one of the workers is gone. Over here we have some more posters. Find the warehouse, safety, beware the bat creature, stay away from the museum. If you see a bat, the only good bat are no bats. Take it out. Brought to you by Kurt's Supply. Now we're heading to the next room. We got the same little wanted posters right there. We're heading into like a convenience store. They're gonna have some ice cream, toilet paper, fresh meat, cold drinks and coffee. Over here they have a bunch of different merchandise, all the vegetables, all little boo merch is for sale right now. Now, as you know, there's 7 journal entries. We have a new QR code for a new journal entry right here. So let's scan that and we'll read it for you guys. Okay, so journal entry 3 says this. It's been over 3 weeks now since I was able to write. The city is going crazy. People keep talking about this giant bat thing they keep seeing. It's even all over the news. I don't know if I believe it at all, but it keeps making me think of that statue, the one from the museum, the one that went missing when I was around it. It gave me such weird vibes with its glowing red eyes. I can't help but wonder if it's somehow connected to all of this. This all started when we started getting in all those crates for that big exhibit. Now no one feels safe. Everyone is panicking. No one trusts each other. And we're all very tired. The police seem helpless to maintain order. They are warning everyone to stay indoors and especially stay away from Central Park. It's becoming overgrown and people seem to go missing in higher numbers around it. They declared a state of emergency for the city. I'm not sure what to do. ... So that was journal entry number 3 because the first 2 were over at the museum. Over here we have a fence and the same little poster and map right there. Then they have a car and they're selling stuff out of the back of the car. They got shirts, stereos and TV. I truly feel like you're in an HHN house right now. And it says Kurt's Supplies. If you look on the ground, since you're technically outside, it's raining. So they really went hard with all the different, you know, projections and lighting and sound design within the tribute store. So let's head into Kurt's Supplies now. So they've barricaded the windows. Over here, we have Kurt's Rules, cash only. Don't waste my time. Assorted weapons. We got a bat with a blade on it. We got Rapunzel's weapon of choice. Then they have targets for a bat. They have some sleeping bags here. Now if you look closely, we got some Easter eggs. We have Boris right there and the totems. They had this in the front of the comic book shop last year. They brought that back. And then we got the classic comic book back there from last year. They got garlic over here because, you know, vampires are scared of garlic. The vampire bat. All right, so if you look over here, you might spot someone right there. Earl. You gotta spot Earl. Double exposure Earl. There's a little dog on this oil can. A little boo. It's always great spotting your friends on all the different artwork. They got the 2001 Eddie tie-dye shirt right there. There's like a dog toy. That's a good one. So you got this dog up there. Crate of flavor. It looks like someone is proposing. There's a dog and a cat and a ring. I think somebody's proposing here. This is the way they're doing it. That's awesome. Then there's also a cat on this can. Up there we have the one and only Greg and Gerg. Now they're going to be selling different boxes that you can get your faces on throughout the season. So this is going to be a new one, I think. Sir Lime Cleaning. And if you look up there, there's a little Skipper Hoss. It also looks like another one of the cans that you'll be able to purchase. You'll see Kevin on there. Now they have speakers everywhere and you hear the sound of dripping water. Here they have the little rain buckets. Please empty bucket. But it sounds like there's water dripping into it, but there's not. And then over here we have the new poster. This is gonna be the 3D poster. But if you look down here, and anybody who's in red did art on this poster. And then the other team members are part of the people who helped design the tribute store. $20 for the 3D poster. They have all the posters in a shopping cart. We're leaving Kurt's Supplies. We're going into the next little room. We have some graffiti of Tribby. Tribby's going to be right there. Now, if you remember from the tribute store from last year, this is going to be kind of the little alleyway where Nom Nom was. It was all black and white, so they repainted it a little bit. They even told you Boris was here. And then here's going to be the next little QR code for the next journal entry.
And then this is going to be journal entry number 4. I haven't written in nearly 2 months, but I realize I need to document this. I don't know if it even matters, but it feels better if I can tell my story. People need to know. The island of Manhattan has been cut off from the mainland. The bridges and tunnels have been barricaded. They're trying to trap it on the island, but they trapped us along with it. It's everyone for themselves now. People are arming themselves, hoarding supplies. It feels like the end of the world. Homes and businesses are all being reinforced into makeshift bunkers. Not that it's helping, especially when the creature is out hunting. I heard on one of the few remaining radio stations that there are aid stations set up around the city. One is in a warehouse not far from me. Maybe I'll try to shelter there.
They have some projection effects right here. You can see the bats flying by. There go the bats are flying. Some more theming with shopping carts. Some more posters telling you to watch out for Batilda. Got a little pumpkin graffiti happening. $38. We have new Halloween Horror Nights phone case. $40 for the watch strap. $22 for the AirPod case. They have a skateboard deck of the designs that we've seen. It's $100 though. And on the other side, it's going to say Halloween Horror Nights 24. Now, if you remember the diner from last year, this is Jim's Diner, the little neon sign. And then the Amulet of Fear, the interactive lanyard from back in the day, they have a little poster for that. So right here it says HHN with the neon signs. They also have the traffic signs over here. Now, if you remember outside the Tribute Store Theater that we had, that was on the outside. So they reused that right there. $50. We have some sweatpants. It'll say Little Boo right there. And then along the other leg, it'll have all the different boos. You come down to the bottom, you'll have the spider, and then it says Halloween Horror Nights. They got the poster over there, the Tribute Store sign. Now they have a tent over here. Over here they have a little tent. We have another little QR code, so we'll scan that and then read the next journal entry for y'all.
This is entry number 5. I've made it to the aid station. It's in an old sign company's warehouse. People are camped out all over it, trying to make the best of the situation. There is a supply station set up by what is left of the city's services, but supplies are already running low. People seem to be in higher spirits here though. There's a sense of calm looking around the place. I think it's a false sense of security. The windows are already mostly overgrown and you can hear crackling and crumbling as the vines are forcing their way in. It's only a matter of time before the creature gets hungry and we become an all-she-can-eat buffet.
Now inside the tent, we have a lot of little details. So over here we have the toilet, right? Toilet paper right there. If you remember from the Stranger Things house, you know, Dustin and Eddie have the spikes through the trash can lid. So that's gonna be right there. Then right next to it is gonna be the little coaster from Laguna Lounge. And then also on the bottom, you're gonna have the same carpet from the summer tribute store inside the arcade area. And then on the side of the tent, it says, send help. If you look back there, you see the tribute store stained glass that they had a couple years ago on the facade. Also the New York Public Library from the Ghostbusters house. Now there's so many rich details and Easter eggs hidden up here with the different signs. Over the course of the season, we will go over them. Let's head into the skull. This thing is awesome.
All the people who work for the 3 or 4 Disney.
Alright, there are so many Easter eggs. Alright, so over here we have some graffiti for the Mothman. It says, danger, beware of the bats. We come down here. Now, the original name for the bat was Patricia. They've crossed it out because it's now been changed to Batilda. We have a little cat that's saying meow. Now, there's a lot of graffiti, you know, for the team who works here for the initials with their significant others. We got the skull, and then we get another bat. They're warning you. Got these creepy eyes. Then we have a pickle with bloody nipples. I guess he was running a marathon. I should have put some band-aids over him, but the pickle is bleeding. So in each one of the rooms, as you know, the team loves hiding a rat. So this time, it's all spray-painted rats. So in each room, there's 5 different rats through the entire tribute store. So the rat is right next to, you know, a bucket of pee. It's yellow and it says pee on it. Then we have a little spray paint can that's on the tribute store poster that you can get. So that's where the little guy is from right there. Poor Earl, they turned him into a zombie. You can see his brain coming out. Now down here we have another pumpkin. Then in the swamp, the Undead Scare Zone, the little mascot, the little turtle. They represented him right there. And if you come over to the left, they're gonna have Boris Schuster's little Cthulhu statue, the little idol from last year. Long live Mr. Tape. He's looking a little pissed off because they didn't rewind the tapes. There's a stack of tapes right there. Someone's not a fan of bats. Bats suck. I'm sure throughout the entire season we'll kind of uncover more little details and Easter eggs within the graffiti. And then also here's the little ghost, if you remember on the tribute store poster up in the left-hand corner. That's the little ghost. They have all the little symbols with the bat. And then also on the tribute store poster, little Batilda hanging upside down. Now it says Jake Schuster lives. Now if you remember in the comic from last year, Jake Schuster is Boris Schuster's brother and he dies or he goes missing. So I wonder if there's a little Easter egg for an upcoming comic. It said to be continued. We did not get the continuation this year. And there's a little tribute down there. Let's head into the next room, going into the sewers. Look at this. Now if you look like there's a little Easter egg. You know, they always hide a little peacock in all the tribute stores because of NBC. That's their mascot. So they put the peacock right up there. Llama for life, for Gerg the llama. They have projection effects to make it look like there's water. That there's like, that you're walking through water right now because you're in the sewers. So that's a great little effect. But there's also some bugs that hop. Oh, there's a little roach. There's all little roaches. Oh, someone stepped on that one. It's like little details like this. You gotta look above and below. You truly feel immersed, right? Because you're like wading through the water right now. And there's roaches. There's just so much graffiti everywhere. There's a little trivia up there. The next QR code is hidden on this little journal right there. So let's read it. Okay, so this is gonna be entry number 6. I knew it. It was an absolute massacre. I barely made it out of there. By barricading the warehouse doors, all we did was trap ourselves inside. It came right in through the roof and we had nowhere to go. I found a small door behind one of the old signs in the warehouse that had been overlooked. I managed to escape into a service tunnel. I tried to save more people, but no one could hear me shouting to them over the chaos. I'm alone again. The service tunnel took me down into the sewers under the city. Hopefully I'll be safer down here. It's dark, but I can make out writing and graffiti on most of the walls. A lot of it looks like the creatures, mostly as if there are people down here worshiping it. People are scary. Actually, some of this paint still smells fresh. I might not be as alone as I thought. We have all the tribute store snacks here. What do we got? So first we're gonna have the pumpkin lollipop macaroon. Then we're gonna have the Ghostbusters s'mores one. Then the Major Sweets chocolate chili macaroon. A pumpkin Major Sweets caramel. The red door caramel. The Ecto 1 caramel. Batilda chocolate sugar cookie. A Little Boo sugar cookie. Then we have the Slimer brownie. That looks good. Then we have the Ghost Trap Blondie, the Candy Corn Blondie, the Ghost S'mores is back. Then there's a special Black Forest Trifle Cake for Mel's die-in. The Cookies and Cream Top Hat for Major Sweets' hat. That's awesome. And then over here, if you're a Back to the Future fan, it says Save the Clock Tower. They have a long sleeve black shirt. It's a new design. We haven't seen this before. We have the pumpkin at the top, the Raven, the spider, Otis giving birth right there. And then we have Sinister and Surreal with the 33. And then we have the skull down there. It says 2024. The long sleeve for $37. All right, we're going into the next room now. It's like you're going on the subway. And over here by the subway, we get the final QR code, finishing the story. And then this is the final journal entry, entry number 7. I've been exploring the sewer system for what feels like an eternity. Just when I think I found a safe spot, I get this feeling of being watched. I don't know by who or by what, but I didn't stick around to find out. I finally made my way out onto the tracks of the subway system. They shut the trains down after a few derailed during the havoc. I think I'm in the station under the museum. The place has seen better days. It's completely overgrown and destroyed. I made an incredible discovery though. It looks like a giant nest at one end of the platform. It's a mess of overgrown plants and parts of the museum. The missing idol is sitting right in the middle of it. I knew it had something to do with all of this. I think this is the creature's nest. If I can just get to the idol before she gets back, maybe I can put an end to, and then there's blood. I don't think the guy made it from the museum. There's a massive crashed subway car here. Now they did not buy this, they built this. They freaking built a subway car. Now if you remember from the tribute store from last year for HHN, it's the same "We're Closed" sign. And then all those same little comics, little HHN comics and other sort of monster comics have popped up here that was in the front of the comic shop last year. We got the In Between, I'm sure you guys remember that one. And this is the queue to then check out, and you'll be checking out the museum station, 5th Avenue cashier. So they have this. They also have these beams. Look at these beams. Again, this is like just a temporary shop, and this feels like an HHN house. And then if you come over here to the Tribute Metro Rail System, you might recognize some of the names. It's a lot of the last names of the different creatives who worked on this project. Like you take a little Hoss Street right there. And then the subway continues, right? Where you have another one of the little wraps. So again, there's 5 hidden wraps throughout the entire Tribute store. Then you'll walk right over here, and we got Batilda. Batilda is terrifying. You can see some artifacts in the back from the museum. The dinosaur skull right there from the museum, and then also the little bat idol that we saw. That was in the loading dock, right, for the Museum of Antiquities. It's now over here. And because here's the crashed subway car, right? We're gonna enter into the subway, and all the vines are growing. Got the bars, so you truly feel like you're on a subway. So then you're gonna exit the back of the subway. We're gonna come over here to the Tribute Store collectible medallion. $7 each, or 4 for 20. So we're gonna have one of Slimer, one of The Quiet Place, one of Little Boo, and then one of Major Sweet. And then if you remember the newsstand from last year, there's no curator in it though, and it says curator was here. The paint spells icons. There's so many different little Easter eggs we'll go over the season. This is just a quick little overview, but let's eat some of the Tribute Store snacks. Okay, let's try the Batilda cookie, chocolate sugar cookie. The sucker's dry. All right, Batilda sugar cookie. Imagine an Oreo dog biscuit, really dry. 6 out of 10. Yeah, you need a bottle of water, maybe a gallon of water to get through that sucker. All right, we got the Blondie Ghost Trap. See how this thing is. I don't know how to eat this. No. Okay, here's the inside of it. Okay, Ghost Trap design, I loved it. 10 out of 10. Taste-wise, it god awful. It had the consistency of carrot cake, still that kind of like grainy dog food vibe. 5 out of 10. I'd rather do the Batricia cookie than the Ghost Trap. Oh, we're at 5 and Dime. They have a new Halloween Hornets shirt. It's like a crop top shirt, kind of. And then on the back, you have all the houses right there. $30. We got the Mel's annual pass holder, Mel's die-in hat. Now the print is that same bad print. I wish it was a better print. But to complete the ensemble, if you got the shirt, you need the hat. That's the problem. So 30 bucks. $33. We have the new Dead Coconut Club design. It's going to be glowing in the dark. Then we're going to go a little later this week to the Dead Coconut Club and review it for you. Now they've brought back the weekly magnets. So throughout all of HHN, they'll have a different magnet drop. Right now it's the Little Boo one. Then we have that design. Then Insidious. Then we have, you know, Otis giving birth to Sinister and Surreal. We got that shirt, Major Sweets, Ghostbusters, Blumhouse, and A Quiet Place. So then here's the current release magnet in person. $20. They have a Frozen Empire little journal. This Halloween Hornets 2024 Ghostbusters on the back. Okay, we're leaving Universal now. Let's go back to the office and do my whole little wrap up of the story of the Tribute Store and all that stuff.
Okay guys, we are back in the office. We are now officially 2 days away from opening nights of Halloween Horror Nights 2024. So let's talk about the Tribute Store. The Tribute Store is drastically different than kind of anything we've had before. So first off, let's start with the facade. Not the biggest fan of the facade. I feel like it could have been a better, kind of impactful, you know, walk in. And the first room, I feel like they need a little bit more detail. But once you kind of get into the actual, like, you know, shop and you're like put in the outside world then and they're going into the stores, then it works. It's awesome, right? It feels like you're inside of a video game. It feels like you're walking through the Last of Us like video game, and it's almost like a video game because like the more time you invest into kind of exploring the world, the more rewarding it is. So kind of like, you know, exploring the different Easter eggs and reading all those journals, you like unlock the entire story but kind of exploring, and there's more story to come, right? There's like so many different little Easter eggs and clues and everything. I got theories. I got lots of questions too, like, all right, what's going on with Batilda? What does the idol relate to? What's going on with these plants? Who are those like people worshiping the bat in the sewers? What happened to the guy from the museum? I wonder if they'll reveal this year or if this is gonna be kind of an overarching story. But I love that the teams did this because this is how HHN used to be kind of back in the day, kind of trying to uncover the different clues and like the story elements. And that's what gets the fans invested, which then gets them invested within the event. Like the actual icons and that whole storyline, all we have is like a tweet. I'm more invested with this storyline with Batilda and all this stuff happening. So hopefully when the event starts, we're gonna get a little bit more backstory behind Sinister and Surreal and everything. But then when it comes to the Tribute Store this year, I really enjoyed it, right? The teams create something, you know, from scratch. This is not an IP base. They're coming up with an original story, original set pieces. They're building this all themselves. They're not going and buying a subway car. You can't do that. So they freaking built that thing. You got projections. The sound design in there is something very unique and different. And it's crazy to see the evolution of these Tribute Stores because this feels like a full-on HHN house. You just want to like kind of live in it and experience it, just like seeing everything. Again, the videos do not do it justice. You gotta see it in person, but when you go through the tribute store, take your time. Just like appreciate everything. Soak in the rich details that the teams put in there, because there's no other gift shop in the entire world that's like this. It's something very unique, and we've seen other different theme parks try to copy what the tribute store does, but they don't even come close because the team is just so talented with what they can pull off. So let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite Easter egg that the teams hid within the tribute store this year? So I have to get ready. We're gonna be going to the HHN kind of premium Scream night. We'll be filming all the different scare zones, the food, showing that off. And then that video will be dropping tomorrow. I'm not sleeping. I'm sorry if I look like a zombie walking through the tribute store. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family!
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
Oreo dog biscuit. And then what's your coffee order?
My coffee order is a grande vanilla sweet cream.
Hooterade?